Hey guys, Frank here, your virtual general aviation aviator, and today I am in the SR22, the Cirrus SR22. So I'm gonna fly a 53 nautical mile southern track to Fayetteville, North Carolina from Raleigh-Durham International. Now, I don't fly the Cirrus 22 often, but what I like about this particular version is it has the Entegra Avidyne Avionics suite in it. So I am rocking a glass cockpit, but I am not rocking the G1000. I am rocking the Avidyne. And it's the Entegra, and I say Entegra, but there's no R in it, so I guess it's the Entegra Avionics Avionics suite. I get it out sooner or later. All right, so let's get started. Let's get this bad boy started up. I also am rocking the Garmin G750 in this panel here, and I love the integration. All right, so I am not going to need any oxygen. Let's open our fuel valves. I am on the left tank. Let me get my batteries on. Battery 1 and battery 2, and come down here and check my fuel. Yeah, I got enough fuel to get to Fayetteville. Now, this aircraft does persistently remember how I treat it. And my last flight was from Charlotte to Atlanta. In fact, if you want to catch that flight, I believe it's on my other channel, which is virtual general aviation aviator. I think that's it. I'll tell you what, I'll put a link in the show more notes below to that video. In any case, let's put the key in the ignition, and mags are not hot. That's a good thing. All right, so I got about the same amount of fuel in each tank, so it doesn't matter which one I start up on. So I'm going to start up on the left tank and climb out on the left tank. All right, so let me do a high boost, check my fuel flow. Don't have any fuel flow, that means my mixture is off. My mixture go to full rich, and now I do have positive fuel flow right here. All right, so let's get down here and turn this fuel boost pump to boost. And let's see if we can get this bad boy started. All right, clear right, clear left. Mags are hot. Prop clear. Okay, and it usually takes this guy a few turns to catch. Okay, so we'll try it one more time. Fuel flow is, yeah, we'll catch in a minute. There we go. All right, and turn that fuel pump off for right now, and turn my avionics on and start a checklist. All right, so my alternator 1 and 2 can come on, and my avionics, and I should have turned on a let's see, I think this guy has a, trying to see if it had an auto beacon. I know the Phenom the beacon light comes on when you turn the master on, so you don't have a beacon on your control. This one is, I'm not so lucky, so I should have turned on my strobes. So while I'm on, while my prop is turning, I'm gonna leave my strobes on even on the ground. At night, when I turn my landing lights on, theoretically I want to turn off my strobes because I don't want to blind other pilots with that strobe. Okay, so there's my Garmin. Let me get that situated. And let's get this this Avionics Entegra situated. All right, so hit the soft button, and I got this really cool self-check that basically come in Cirrus qualifications, so it kind of gives you some things to think about. And so instrument rated proficient with demonstrated ability for Cat 1 minimums within 60 days, and BFR. Okay, and that reminds me of my ceilings. Operate at above 3,000 feet ceilings at a 5 statute miles. Of course, for the FAA, it's 1,000 above, 500 below, or 2,000 laterally or horizontally. But anyway, you guys knew that. All right, so that's been reviewed. Hit the wrong button, hit the soft button. That's been reviewed. And then, have you considered density altitude? That's not going to apply today. Takeoff distance, I got over a mile and a half of runway. That's not going to be an issue. Climb performance, fuel requirements, landing distance, and weight and balance. Okay, so I do need to think about weight and balance. Let's get this guy open. I usually try to remember to start this guy before I start the engine, but that's okay. Okay. Yeah, so I got 8 hours on the hobs on this guy. I can go ahead and confirm that. And then I've got this screen here. And this is personal, fit for flight, and passenger briefing. Illness, medication, stress, alcohol, fatigue, emotion, and passenger briefing. Caps, how and why. Emergency exits, fire extinguisher, no smoking, using oxygen, and seat belts. I so keep wanting to click on this button rather than the soft key. All right, and I am going to go ahead and add a little fuel. I can just hit this and get a half a tank. And that's what I'm going to do since it's so easy, but that kind of breaks the immersion because you can't really do that in real life, but it is what it is, right? All right, so I'm here on my engines, and yeah, so I haven't thoroughly gone through the manual on this, but I can scroll here across the bottom on this Avidyne to get auxiliary and my checklist. Okay, checklist. I've done the pre-flight before starting engine, and now I can't seem to help but do that. So I need to scroll down to the choice that I want, and because I'm still in before takeoff, and before takeoff and taxiing. So if I go ahead and click this soft key, then that should give me that checklist. Whoops, that didn't work, right? Okay. Let's see. Let's try it again. Before takeoff and taxiing, and then this time I'm gonna hit select, show checklist. All right, before taxiing and taxiing, looked like they had a error. I think that was supposed to be before takeoff and taxiing. I wonder if anybody ever brought that to their attention. That's something that unless you're doing a video and reading everything out loud, you don't even think about. All right, so I got flaps. Flaps are up. Let's flaps are up. And my flaps right here, and I can't see the indication without going over to let's see, I thought there was somewhere that indicated the flaps. I guess not. All right, so but they are up and the light is illuminated, so yeah, I'm good there. So I can check that off as done. And it advances by itself. Radios and avionics as required. So we're going to Federal. So let's go to our flight plan and add our destination. That way we can click on this guy and get some information on the 750 here. And frequencies. Okay, so ADAS is 121.25. So let me fix that. And I'm changing this guy here to 2.5. And that's in Federal. So, come on, give me 2.5. 2.2. That's 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, and 2.5. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out. Okay, 121.25, and I'm not going to worry about ground for Federal. In fact, but I do want to just go ahead and get that dialed in since the flight is so short. Okay, even though it'll take me a minute to get there. It's 53 nautical miles. All right. And what else did I want to know? Let's see, radio avionics as required. Okay, and then for my neck of the woods, RDU, it's 123.8, which is correct. And I am going to use ground. I'm using 5 right and 2.3 left, so I don't want to use 121.7. So that's not the ground frequency I want. So more information. 5 right and 2.3 left is what I want. So this is the frequency I want. So I'm going to go ahead and put ground in now. And let's say I've already got my squawk code. 2252. It's my squawk. I'm going to turn that on, and actually today they like for you to just start off with the altitude reporting. Doesn't make any difference, I don't think. Okay, so in tower I want 5 right and 2.3 left, which is correct. So this is the tower frequency I want. So 123.9 on the ground and 127.45. Okay. And departure, let's see more information. And my bearing for departure is going to be what? I usually don't even worry about a departure frequency unless I'm using Sky Vector or Pilot Edge, and I hadn't used Pilot Edge in eons and never really got comfortable with Pilot Edge because trying to figure out what frequency I needed to be on and what frequency I need to be at to talk to who was always a challenge. But since I don't have Pilot Edge at the moment, I am going to start using VacSim a little bit more. Okay. All right. Anyway, I digress. But 125.3. So I'm going to just write that down on my knee pad. Departure 125.3, and of course clearance delivery would have given that to me. Now 025 to 229 is east. I'm going south, which is 180. So 180 would fall, I'm sorry, yeah, 180 will fall within these bearings. So yeah, that should be the right frequency. And I get the approach frequency if I needed it, which I don't. All right, so I'm cool, I'm good. All right, back. All right, so let's waypoint information. Let's go back here and just look at our runway. Let's see. Well, let's put our flight plan in. All right. So right now, I think we are set to go direct, right? And I could also do this on the Avionics, which I am also going to do. But let's get the GTN set up first, back. And I do have a plan, so let's just use the plan that I developed. So I'm gonna bring up Sky Vector and see if this guy doesn't black out, and pull Sky Vector over so I can share it with you guys. There we go. All right. And let's maximize it, make it a little easier for you guys to read. And this is the route here that I'm going to go. So that's Gerby, Victor 136, and Denal. All right. So let me move that out of my way and insert the 4. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove this destination at those waypoints. Gerby, there it is. And then I got a Victor, that was Victor 136. So I got ahead of myself. Yeah, area 136, select airway, okay. And I'm gonna exit at Denal. Denal, exit right here, and then I'm going to load that, and then I'm going to go on to my destination, which is K, Foxtrot Alpha Yankee, Fayetteville Regional. And the other reason I'm going to Fayetteville is because I actually got a scenery package for Fayetteville, a payware scenery package that I acquired during one of the holidays when it was really inexpensive, like 30 or 40% off, and I decided to buy it. I think I got Myrtle Beach and Richmond also. Anyway, so a flight plan is built inside our Garmin, so we should be good to go there. Now let's do the same for the Avidyne. The Avidyne is tied to both these GPSs. So let's go back to checklist, and we got our avionics. And did we finish our radios? Yep, we got our frequencies dialed in, so we're good there. So that's done. Cabin heat and defrost. It's a beautiful day, so I can leave everything exactly where they are. So field selector, switch tank. Let's see what field is at. Yeah, I can leave it on the left for right now. And if I keep sitting here taxiing, I am going to have to switch tanks. Okay, so that's a done. And I haven't started taxiing yet, but I believe it's time to start taxiing. So let me call ground. Let's see. Let me get my ATIS for Raleigh. Get my METAR information. I keep saying ATIS. In this case, it is ATIS, but a lot of times I need METAR.
2000 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 6000 scattered, 25,000 broken. Temperature 2.11. Altimeter 3003. Arriving runways 05 left, 05 right. Departing runways 05 left, 05 right. Advise on initial contact you have uniform.
Alright, so I've got uniform. That's better than whiskey. No, I'm just joking. I'd rather have whiskey, right? Alright, you guys know what I mean. Alright, so let's see. So 3003. So barometer set, and let's get this guy changed. 3003. And we better check our backup here. Backup barometer, and 3003. All right, and that's done. Parking. No, I'm checking out stuff that makes sense. This guy, if he's in my way, I can remove him. But he kind of looked cute sitting up there. All right. So. What frequency am I on? Ground. Yep. Okay. Raleigh ground. Cirrus 724 Mike Whiskey is at the FBO, ready to taxi with uniform. Taxi Juliet 1 to taxi Juliet 1 Juliet Bravo. Correction, Alpha 1 724 Mike Whiskey. Okay. All right, so I got my taxi instructions, so I can do my brake check. So let's disengage these brakes. That's right here. Push those in, and I should start the roll. Yep, that's working. That's working. That's working. Now this guy has a free castering nose wheel, so I am not going to get any turn this way. All my turns are going to be made this way by pressing my brakes. So I'm gonna back out. So hopefully I can share that with you guys. Try not to turn. All right, so but I can check this off. I can while taxing. Let's see. I got to zoom in to be able to read. All right, brakes. Check. Directional gyro. All right. So I'm gonna hit both brakes, come to a stop. So I'm looking at 2-0 roughly. 2-0. I think that gyro looks good. Okay. Check on that. Altitude gyro. And 420 and 4, that's about 3 something, so those are not quite matching up. So let's go here. 3003, so maybe I need to add that, look more like 3005 to me. So I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, all right, so that's better. That's better, all right. And let's start this taxi. Turn coordinator. Check that guy here. All right, yep, that's working. All right, done. Done. And done. And next checklist. All right, before takeoff. All right, so let's go ahead and taxi to runway 5 left. Okay. And let's switch to tower frequency. Clear right, don't see anything coming. Left, I mean, on my other right. Okay, that guy on a 6-mile approach, closer to 7, so I got plenty of time to take off. Raleigh Tower, Cirrus 724 Mike Whiskey is holding at Alpha 3, ready to depart, IFR to the south. Clear for departure, runway 5 right without delay. Cirrus 724 Mike Whiskey. All right, so without delay. All right, so let's turn the strobes back on. Take the runway. Put our flaps in. And we should be in takeoff configuration. Alright, so we're not going to stop here. We're going to just start our takeoff roll. Go for full power. And 70 rotate. And she leaps into the air. And see how that those aircraft are just sitting there. All right, flaps up and landing lights off, and on my runway heading at or below 3,000, and about now they would hand me off to departure, and departure is 1253.3. Pop that in. Raleigh departure, Cirrus 724 Mike Whiskey is 2004 3000. Altimeter is altimeter 3003 24 Mike Whiskey. All right. And about here they might tell me to they might say something like They might vector me towards where I need to go, or let's have them give me a vector. Fly heading 150, 24 Mike Whiskey. All right, so they gave me that. So heading and turn the heading book to 150 while I'm making that turn towards it. And I'll go down here and hit my heading book, lock my altitude in where I'm at so I don't bust the altitude restriction. And then they might tell me altitude restriction and resume my course. I'm not sure how they would say that. I've heard it so many times, I just can't think of it. Anyway, so at this point, I would go to nav, and I can put an altitude in there. Let's see, vertical speed, and let's do a 500 foot a minute climb. Now, bear in mind, I'm still at full power. Let's see, I want this guy on my engines. Okay, nothing's in the red. And now I need to go back to my climb checklist. All right, checklist, climb. Okay, flap. Well, let's finish going through this one. Normal takeoff, engine power, check. Wrong soft. That soft key gets me every time. Done. Engine parameters check. Just check in elevator. I took off at 70. Yep. At 85 knots, I can raise the flaps. Flaps are up. Check. And not sure what speed I raised them, but okay, so I can go to the next checklist. That soft key, gotta get used to it. Next checklist. So I'm gonna go to my in-flight checklist and then show my climb checklist. That soft key is giving me every time. Show checklist. All right, climb, oxygen as required. Power level still full forward. Flaps are verified up. Mixture is full rich. Engine power is checked. Wonder if I hit this guy with it. Nope, didn't go to my engine. I wonder if that, I thought I'd check and see if that might pop my engine parameters in. But just, okay, check, all right. And fuel pump low boost, and that is still on, okay. Actually, it's not on. All right, engine power goes a low boost. Okay, so everything, that soft key gets me every time. Done, 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 and done. And then next checklist. All right, so I am clamming for this flight. Let's see, east is odd, and I am moving westerly. So let's do 6,000. So let's set the altitude to 6,000. And we do that by going here, altitude bug. All right. And then we can dial this guy up, 4,000. And one thing I did notice, if I want to set it at 6,500, I don't see a way to do that. 5,000, and oh yeah, okay, nope, that didn't work either. 6,000, so it doesn't. Yeah, see, it doesn't get large and small. And pressing it would dial in my current out. Let's see, wonder if this will do it. Nope. So I don't, let's see. Ah, there we go. So now I see I have to press it twice. Got it. Got it. Got it. All right. Live and learn. So we're climbing up to 6,000 at 500 feet a minute. I could probably, and then the Cirrus has much better climb capability than I'm actually using. My autopilot is on, as indicated here, and I am 2.5 nautical miles from the Gerby waypoint. All right, so let's check it. Let's go to our map, and there's Gerby there. And there's Gerby there. All right, so since I got two nice GPSs, then I can fix my ranges the way I want them, and I got my engine parameters right here where I can see everything at a glance. So my power is set at 2,500. RPMs is my what do you call this, inches of HG. Man, I'm not word finding. Is at 29. I'm at 80% power, using my gallons per hour is 5.2. See, where my fuel, I'm using 30.3 gallons per hour, and I've used 5.2 gallons. And that reminds me, I probably need to come and check this guy. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch tanks. So low boost is on, and switch. Good deal. All right. And oil is 175 degrees Fahrenheit, and I do have that in Fahrenheit. I can change it to Celsius. Oil pressure is 47 psi, and I haven't leaned it out. Outside air temperature is 57 degrees Fahrenheit, and I can also see what it is in Celsius right here. Okay. My navigation information is on the right upper corner. My next waypoint is Anyhoo, and that is 6.7 nautical miles. I should get there in 2.59 minutes. My destination is Fayetteville. That's 38 nautical miles, 13 minutes, and can let's see, gallons remaining. I got 53 gallons of fuel remaining. My ground speed is 173 knots, and my Zulu time is 21:49. I wonder if I can change the Zulu to, I probably can change it to local time. All right, so I do see some traffic out there. Blue is general aviation traffic, and red is airline traffic, just in case you guys didn't know. So I am going to turn my labels off. So I just hit a waypoint, I believe. No, I didn't. That was me turning the aircraft. Okay. Oh, so we are having fun, guys. Fun. Nice day to fly. All right, so I'm at cruise, So now I can power back, and I do know I want 70 on my power setting, 70% on my inches of I think that's what is HG? Okay. Yeah, I want 70 on my 70 is kind of my high-speed cruise setting. So all I got to do is worry about this power setting in inches. Oh man, I fly the Beaver all the time, and I know what that means. What this? Oh, manifold pressure. That's what I was trying to think of. Thank God it's written up there. My manifold pressure is, and RPMs are self-regulating. All right, so the only thing I have to look at is my power setting, which is nice. Now, one thing that I forgot to do is go up here and take this guy off. I'm gonna do it now and remove the safety pin just in case I run into anything and need to pull that. Don't have a passenger with me. This aircraft, if I had a passenger, it would draw it in the seat for me, and I don't think I put my weight in the aircraft. Let's see, load manager. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, so I'm doing that now. Better late than never, right? All right, so let's lean this guy out because I'm still at 4 power, and my cylinder, I'm using a lot more fuel than I probably should. These soft keys would get me every time. So they got a system that will help you lean it out. So all I need to do is start pulling this back, and you'll see my EGT rise, and it'll let me know when it peaks. Looking for first peak. In fact, let me zoom in a little bit for your benefit while I pull it back. Looking for first peak. You can see the EGT temperatures coming up. And I'm just pulling it back kind of slowly to give the computer time to look thoroughly at everything that it needs to look at. You can see my fuel flow over here starting to go down as I pull it back. Oh, you know what I didn't do now? See, I'm at 85. I didn't capture my altitude, so I'm just gonna do a 500 feet per minute descent, and I'm gonna take the speed on the descent. All right, and I'm gonna still continue leaning, looking for first peak. Okay, peaks detected. All right, I'm gonna keep pulling. Well, actually, it found both peaks, because if it didn't, then it would have said looking for last peak. So you can see my fuel flow went down from 18 or 19 down to right at 15, 14.9. All right, so I get a real good fuel savings, and I'm taking the speed on this 500 foot descent rather than, so I'm still at right at 70% on my power setting. 500 feet, and I want to get down to 6,000. So man, I busted my in fact, right now I still don't have it set to grab it, and I'm not sure this version of the S-Tech will grab it automatically. Out. So I hit out, and I'm still coming down. So yeah, alt vertical speed. So maybe now the alt button on, it'll grab it once I get there. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. In the interest of time, I am going to pull that power back to 50%. And I'm going to increase this descent to 1,000 feet. All right, so we can get on down. I'm picking up some speed, but that's to be expected. 50% is economy cruise on this aircraft. However, I didn't see the fuel flow change very much. Maybe because since I'm taking the speed, the proper speed is turning just as fast as it would. The aircraft didn't slow down, so I don't know. But it is what it is. Okay, so I'm at 69. So we got a little less than a minute before we get to 6. Math on that is easy enough for me to do it. 1,000 feet a minute at 7,000 to 6,000 is 1 minute. So 69 to 6,000 is just under a minute. Or 0.9 minutes. All right. So let's look at our map, see where we are. And we are approaching Fayetteville. Let's see, we are 11 nautical miles from Fayetteville. And I probably should have looked for a procedure. Let's see, Fayetteville, no procedure, and let's do an approach. Well, you know, this is why it was, I had already put the ADAS in. So I'm going to pull it back on that power and slow down some. Okay, so it did capture it. So I actually need to increase that power. And I can see my power right here, 68%. So I'm going to just hold 68% on that power setting. And since I've descended 3,000 feet, I wouldn't hurt to lean again. But I'm so close to the airport that I am going to Fayetteville, procedure and approach, and still didn't get the ADAS. Should have got the ADAS miles ago. All right, so I do know I want to get down, that soft key would get me every time. So I'm gonna use this one. All right, so get down to 3,000 here. And vertical speed. 1,000. And set that to auto capture and pull that power back. And at 4 miles from this airport, we're going to overfly it. This is definitely, well, actually, I'm going to make that descent 500 feet so that we don't interfere with any potential traffic. Fayetteville is in Charlie. So the tower will have control of us at this point. The radios are not managed. And I'm not managing the radios. So anyway, I still want to get that ADAS. All right, so let's flip that in and turn the monitor on. Victor.
2000 Zulu weather. Wind 350 at 6. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 32,000 scattered. Temperature 2 219. Altimeter 3003. Arriving runway 04 28. Departing runway 04 28. Advise on initial contact. You have Victor.
Okay, so we've got Victor. Hello, Victor. All right, so 04 and 28, we can do an ILS on 04. Or a, yeah, so let's do the ILS on 04 here. And we'll do vectors on the transition and kind of figure out where we're going ourselves. All right, and since we're so close, we can get some way to load that approach. And I'm not sure what we're doing. 0 force. Where are you taking me, the autopilot? You're taking me to the send low. The send low is down here to the south. Where is send low? Send low is right here. Yeah. So why are you flying me away from send low? And 3,000. So auto throttle speed. So it's your auto captain. Hot. My dog begging for food. And that telephone. So Cinco Sinlo is there, and maybe I should, let's see, get rid of this guy here. And let's try to activate it, see what happens. No change. All right, so let's do the head. Let's fly to it on purpose. Because I'm right over top. That's off key. I'm right over top of it. Airport's here, and so that's 2124. The aircraft is turning on its own. Maybe it wanted to fly somewhere before. I don't know. But we said we were going to do backwards anyway, so that's 2-2. So let's give it a head and a 2-2. Head and buck. And two, drop down here, change that, and let it turn around and fly that heading towards Cinco. And looks like we're only 8 miles from it. And it looks like we ought to be at about 1,900 feet when we get there. At or above 19. So let's bring this down to 2. Whoops. Moving the head and bug. Hit that guy. But hit this guy. Bring that down to 2. Oh shucks. I must have lost my. What is going on? AP ready, heading, says it's ready, but it's not, it wasn't on. I guess I need to, oh man, look at my airspeed. I fell way behind the aircraft, didn't I? So how easy it can get to stop scanning and fall way behind the aircraft. And a lot of that was also due to my failure to manage the autopilot on, to manage, okay, let those trims kick in. My failure to manage the, what am I trying to say? Get it out, Frank. The mixture. Okay, 3,000, and I'm trying to get down to 2,000. Actually, yeah, I'm trying to get down to 2,000. It's sending at 600. I'll take the speed. 5 nautical miles to Sinlo. map. And then we can try the approach. It's getting dark. Now, I'm seeing 1, 2. I'm seeing multiple fields, so I need to keep that in mind. So I got a chart here. There's our runway. That's what we want to land on. Let's get some information about that runway. Should have been had it already. Map. Runway. Info. Alright, so the runway is, we're 8 miles from it. And what I want to see with the elevation, that's what I'm looking for. Back. Level, waypoint, info. Elevation is 189. So 1200 is what our pattern should be. So let's kill the autopilot here, and we'll fly it in. All right, so we want to get down to 1200. All right, glance, gas. To this left tank, fuel boost comes on, left tank, and we're landing, so we're going to leave the fuel boost on. Actually, it's been on the whole flight. You know, stuff like the fuel boost, well, the state that it's in would probably be a lot easier to manage in real life, because in real life it's a lot easier to just look down and see what state it's in, rather than pan down here, focus your eyes on the boost and whatnot. All right, let's see, let's get some lights on here. Okay, how far are we from? We are seeing 22.5 nautical miles from something. That can't be right. But I know that's the airport that we want. Let's look down here and see where we are. 5 nautical miles. That sounds more what I think we should have. Get too low. 1200 should be our pattern, and we down to way below pattern here. All right, gas, undercarriage, mixture, and props. Okay, so I got my mixture full rich now. Go, but I don't think I want to go that whole 200. I keep dropping my nose so I can see over the column, and let me get that adjusted there. Now I'm getting a picture of how high I really am. All right, so I got 2 on the Pappy. All I need to do now is really line up. I never did my ADAS, did I? Oh yeah, yes I did. We had uniform. Was it uniform? Actually don't remember. I think winds may have been calm.
Fayetteville RGNL Grand FLD Information Whiskey. 2200 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 24, 2.11.
Light and variable. Okay. Some flaps in. As slow as I am, I should have already had some flaps in. Flaps 4. High off my glide slope, but at 600 feet a minute, a second, a minute, 600 600 feet, I should pick it up. Drop down a little bit. Landing lights. Did I turn my landing lights off? And now they're on. All right, try and transition. That's not butter. That was a bounce. Lucky I didn't strike the prop. All right, so we are on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, my GTN is presenting me my taxi diagram. All I need to do is be able to look at it. We're coming up on taxiway Charlie. And I see the yellow brick road. And we're gonna do a turn back to the left at the intersection. All right, clean up flaps, get those in. So I got a convention that I tend to use. It's called FLTT, which is flaps, lights, transponder, and trim. It's FLT, flight. Okay, so I've got my flights. All right, lights. Strobes come off. And that, as dark as it is, I should have had my navs on. All right, transponder. And that says ground and trim. And we'll worry about the trims a little bit later. Trim is actually, I think, on this aircraft on the yoke. Is it called a yoke or a stick? So see how when I move the trim, it trims in and out. All right. So you see me working some something on my tail wheel that's going to guide me. Actually, if I can get enough, excuse me, if I can get enough prop wash over the tail wheel, I guess I could get some directional, but wouldn't be much. Oh, didn't mean for that to happen. I was trying to push in, but I'm not getting enough prop wash to create enough yaw to making a difference. All right, so we're going to make this first turn off here, and this is a payware version of Fevil KFAY Foxtrot Alpha Yankee. And some flight instructors, actually, when you're training and taxiing, they recommend that you go sterile. Don't try to do anything other than taxi. All right, so we'll park beside this. Do we have room to park beside this guy? Maybe, maybe not. Without blocking the. We'll try. We'll move up and pop. I guess we didn't, because traffic global just disappeared him. Guess we'll try parking beside this guy. That guy might disappear that guy too. Well, there's the sim, so I guess we'll be okay parking right here. All right, brakes. And lights. Avionics. Alt 1, 2. Mixture off. And she should shut down any second. I think it must have a reserve. Or maybe there's maybe there's a let's see, so I keep pulling it down to here, and that's cut off. This time what I'm going to do is pull it over the, I wonder if it's got a detent or a gate that it needs to be lifted over. So, because if it's not getting any gas, it ought to stop running. And I'm still burning 1.3 gallons per hour. All right, well, that's another way to do this. Or maybe there's a reservoir. Come on, running off battery. Want this guy to shut down, and it doesn't want to. Well, I don't know what happened, but as soon as I moved the power lever, she shut off. So we'll take it. Okay, let's take the heat out of those mags and go ahead and take the key out and turn our batteries off. Hope you guys enjoyed this flight. I certainly did. It was interesting, and you had a chance to check out the Entegra Avidyne Avionics suite system in this Cirrus, which the reason I got this Cirrus was for this Avionics package, because you know it's a delight getting away from the Garmin for just a minute and just trying something different. All right, guys. Until next time.
Y'all come back now. Cheers.